What's up guys, it's a Marvel Champions the card game video here. Doctor Strange is back and he is fighting the Wrecking Crew. We're going to do this on the expert mode, which is the side B version of the cards, slightly harder version. For those who don't know, Wrecking Crew pitch you against 4 villains at once, with each of a set side scheme and one main scheme. And each turn they're going to put threat on the main scheme as you normally would, add 1 to each side scheme, and whoever has the most side scheme threat, they get the active token, goes to that villain, and then they attack you and have decks in their counter deck. I'm playing up Doctor Strange, not the pre-built version. I'm using a Justice variation, which I thought would be quite fun to play against all the separate side schemes. So let's get straight into it. I've got my side deck ready, shuffle my deck, and let's see what we have. So we draw 6 to start off with, and we have 10 hit points. So remember Stephen Strange, he's a mystic, has the Invocation deck in play. Natural talent, so once per turn you can discard top card of this sort of secondary deck and get another card underneath. And these are 5 set powerful spells you can use. Now we've already got the Crimson Bands of Piledriver on top, which stuns the enemy and deals 7 damage to it. So this is already a great start. I love this card, so we're going to keep that on top pile. We're going to instantly start by playing some stuff. So I'm going to start off with the Cloak of Levitation, purely because it gives them the aerial trait, and you can exhaust this to ready Doctor Strange, which is always handy. So we're going to flip him over into the hero form. Now, as you remember, the hero form doesn't really do much. I'm only going to use this to cast the spells of this, so he isn't going to thwart or attack much unless I really need to. So we're going to play the Cloak of Levitation, use the Genius to pay for that. Start that setup. What else are we going to do? So I want to cast this. I want to get 7 damage out and I want to stun the enemy. So what you're going to do here is you're going to pay attention to the threat on each scheme, because whoever's got the most threat usually be the ones going to attack you next. Some encounter cards will be drawn and we'll say the villain with the least threat will attack you, but for now I'm going to focus on the Wrecker because he's going to attack me first. So I'm going to get rid of, say, Protection Ward and for Justice. We're going to exhaust Doctor Strange. I paid 2 and I cast the Crimson Bands of Piledriver. Stun the enemy. So he is stunned and deals 7 damage. So that's already a great start. So that brings it down to a nice 11 from 18. And he's stunned. I can't do much else to the cards. Now, what I can do is I could ready Doctor Strange, I suppose, and do some more damage. Sorry, the top card should be flipped up afterwards. Or I could cast this, Images of Icon, confuse the villain and remove 4 threat from a scheme, which is great, but you get a lot of choice Doctor Strange, and it's always hard to know what you want to do first. So let's just focus on, let's say, so hero action, exhaust this, ready Doctor Strange. And we're just going to straight up, we're going to thwart one of the lower schemes, because all this scheme is higher. I want to be attacked by him next, so hopefully we'll keep that scheme as high. So we're going to, now you can choose to attack or thwart any scheme you want in this. The main scheme obviously will make you lose, but there's no threat on that, so we're going to thwart, let's say, the next highest, Thunderstruck, and take 2 off that. Making that down to 3. And that's our go over. So we ready up, we draw 5 cards. Wong's great, Stealth Strike is a great card for Justice, so you can do a lot of threats. I think Justice is one of my favourite sets. I love taking out the scheme, it's always quite tricky. So, oh sorry, I should have drawn 5. Sorry, I should have drawn 3, there we go. That's 5. Okay, 5 cards drawn, I'll go over. So first of all, you put 1 threat on the main scheme, which is the breakout scheme. And then you add a threat to each of the side schemes. So 1, 1, 1, and 1. And then the active villain token, which would now move to one of the highest threats. It's still Wrecker, so it stays there. So now it focuses on him like a regular villain. So he would attack, obviously he can't because he is stunned. The encounter phase, which is a attachment. So after his schemes, place 1 threat on each of a villain's side scheme. I can pay 2 strength resource to discard it, but for now, that's no issue. So that'll do for me. And that's that over. So back to where we go. So what we're going to do. Let's go for the. I'm going to go straight for the damage first. I reckon I can take out Wrecker before he gets a chance to do anything. So we're going to cast Magic Blast. We're going to pay. I like Astral Projection. I'm going to pay all these 3. So hero action attack, Magic Blast. So it does 5 straight away. That brings him down to 6. As you can see there. So he's down to 6. Top card deck is discarded and does a certain effect. So the wild resource, oh great, we do all the above. Okay, so first of all we're going to stun the enemy. Again, that's even great. Then we're going to do 2 damage to the enemy. So he's back, so he's down to 4. Wow, this is a great first turn. Confuse the enemy. There we go, all done. Now, scheme's on 7. I reckon I can take him out before that scheme gets too high. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to attack, take it down to 3. Ready, that's strange. Then we're going to thwart, take it down to 5. That's how I go over. I'm saving the images of Icon for when I really need it, because for the scheme. So we draw up 2, 3, 4, 5. Knit Fury, Sanctum, Protective Ward, some good cards. Okay, now for the villain phase. So again, 1 on the main scheme, 1 more on each of these. That goes up to 5. That goes up to 5. That goes up to 5. This on 6, so I'm keeping him the main villain because I want him to be defeated next. Now it's his turn, so he's stunned, obviously he can't attack. Goes to the encounter phase. Escape Convict with Surge, so he has 2 health, 1 scheme, 1 attack, and it gains Surge, so we're fighting that. And secondly we have, when revealed, deal 1 damage to the hero or ally with the fewest remaining hit points. Cast defeated this way, place 3 threats on the side scheme, so 1 damage is fine, we can take that. That's no problem at all. So we're only on 9. Still a great start. Okay, so now for our turn. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. You know what, let's get Knit Fury out and let's finish off the Wrecker, because we'll start taking out the villains, it gets a little bit easier. So we're going to use Energy, Protective Ward and Sanctum Centaurium to get Knit Fury out. We're going to use his deal 4 damage to an enemy. So Wrecker is defeated. Now the active villain token goes to the character, well the villain, sorry should I say, with the most threat. They've all got the same threat. So we're just going to go straight to Thunderball. Move down the line. Get rid of that confused card out the way. Move his out the way. So now on to Thunderball. The Escape Convict's there. He's only doing 1 per turn, so I'm pretty sure I can handle that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to thwart off the main scheme, because obviously the main scheme hits 6, we lose, so that's down to 0. Now each of these side schemes have an effect when they hit 10. So there is an ultimate effect, a cause of hitting 10 of these. They'll do certain effects, so keeping an eye on these is essential. When it hits 10, it's not game over. Some things do like damage to characters, stun friendly characters, discard cards, but it's not too bad. I'm going to ready up, that's strange. and we are going to, you know what, let's cast Images of Icon. I want to cast this, it is a good card, but Images of Icon is a bit better, so we're going to pay that 1, exhaust him to cast Images of Icon, confuse the villain, and remove 4 threat from a scheme. So it says a scheme, not the scheme, so it's actually any scheme I want. So we're going to confuse Thunderball. We're going to, well, I want him to be the main villain, so I don't want to, if I get focused on the scheme straight away, I'm going to be fighting different villains, so I want to keep it on one villain at a time. So we're going to move 4 threat from, say, Piledriver. Let's get him down to 1. We're going to flip him over. So he goes to obviously try a scheme and he can't. We're going to use Nick Fury to, let's see. Let's have him just attack the enemy. Get down to 4. Ready up. Nick Fury. So top deck of the invocation deck is the draw 3 cards on, which is great. So we're gonna ready up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now Jessica Jones is a really good card to have in this matchup because she gets +1 thought for each side scheme in play. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 side schemes, so she gets +4 thoughts, which is a massive number. So okay, now to the villain phase. So 1 on the main scheme, as before. 1 on each side scheme. Obviously we're leaving out Wrecker because he's been defeated. It's only on 2, and that's on 6, so it's not too bad. Now he would scheme, but he can't because he's confused. So that goes, and we also scheme off the convict. So that's on to 7, and we have another convict with Surge. So we have Treachery. Have I got that card that counts as Treachery? I don't think I have. No, sorry, there's an anti-treachery card in there, but never mind. The active villain heals 3 hit points and give it a tough status card. Okay, that's pretty irritating. So, I mean, he's only healed 2 in total. He has a tough status card. Sorry, Nick Fury should have gone. Only last 1 turn. It's a shame Nick Fury is a great card, but at the end of the round, he is discarded. Back to us. So we are going to flip him over. We're going to cast top card of this. Now because it's 0, it's 3. So basically we're going to draw 3 cards for nothing. So 1, 2, 3. Right, we've got a lot of stuff here to mess with. Invocation deck should be revealed, and it's the Vapors of Valtor, which gives actually, yeah, I love doing this. So we're going to ready Doctor Strange. We're going to cast Vapors of Valtor, which is a 0, so it's 3. So we're going to choose status card and play, and replace it with another one. So we're going to get rid of that tough status card. We don't want that anymore. That's going to go. If I can pick it up, put it there, and we're going to replace it with, oh, I don't know, how about a nice stunned? That'll do, that's better. So now he's stunned. That goes there, and the last one is, yeah, gives you 3 tough status cards each. So that's that sorted. Convicts aren't much bother at the moment. So we are going to Magic Blast again, because it's always a great card to use when hero forms, it's okay. So we're going to pay Strength and First Aid to pay Magic Blast. So first of all, as before, we do 5 damage. Down to 11. Top card discarded, and it is one of these. So we will confuse the enemy. So stunned and confused. Already a good start. So what we're going to do is we're going to save Mockingbird because I can stun him next turn, keep him on the track. Let's play Jessica Jones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Give her a massive thwart total. So let's have her. Let's go with these pesky minions. So we're going to defeat this minion. Back to his pile. And we are all out of things to do, so we're going to ready up, draw 5 or 5. Okay, so gives us extra thought, attack and defense for 1 turn. Sales team's obvious, get 3 counters, remove threat per counter. This is going to be handy, you can remove a lot of threat with that. We're going to get that out if we can. A Mockingbird is always good too. So that's our turn over. So onto the villain phase. Main threat is on 2. Main scheme, should I say. 1 threat on them, 1 threat on them, 1 threat on them. So they're still pretty good. We're still keeping him as the main villain. So he's stunned, so he can't attack. Combat attacks, we're going to take that because 8's fine, so down to 8. And for the encounter, the villain whose side scheme has the least threat attacks you. So the least threat would be Piledriver. So he attacks. We're going to... I can't really heal. We're just going to defend this with that strange because I can ready next turn. So we're going to defend that. So it's 3 plus a confusion. So we're taking 1 from the 2 defense, and now we are confused as well. Okay, so that's down here. And that's that. Okay, so now our turn. I need to get rid of the Thunderball as quick as I can. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see, let's ready that strange up with this. We're going to use Surveillance Team to cast the 7 Rings of Ragador. Give up to 3 characters each a tough status card. So that strange is now tough and confused. Jessica Jones has got a tough status card. Invocation deck is shuffled. Let me just shuffle these cards back together. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I could stun him. No, let's get the Eye of Agamotto down first. So we're going to get rid of Mockingbird and the magical enhancements. Eye of Agamotto, which will give us resources. So let's see. We're going to Jessica Jones to thwart, so we're going to use her to thwart. She takes another damage. Now this side scheme is technically not in play because he is gone, so she gets 1, 2, 3 thwarts, so she has 4 thwarts in total. 6, 7, 8, so we can wait 1 more turn. I'm going to thwart this one, so take 4 off that. So it was on 7 down to 3, keeping the other side schemes in check. It's down to 3. And we are going to thwart, get rid of the confusion. That's gone. We're going to flip into Alter Ego, ready up, draw more cards, vent in from scheming. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Villain's turn. They're going to 1 on there, 1 on there. So the main scheme's halfway. He's still not the first villain. They're okay, their schemes. He would scheme, but he's confused, so he can't. I can pick up these cards. Minion schemes. So it's 1. Reveal a card. Bully system. So choose a villain whose scheme has the least threat and reveal a top card of his deck. So least threat will be either one. Let's go for Piledriver. Alter Ego form. So Piledriver schemes. If he's tough, he gets +2 for this activation. He's not tough, so he just schemes. So it's 2 plus nothing. That's just 2. So he's on 6. So that's a pretty mild, really. Wasn't too bad. Okay, time for our go. So we are going to flip him over. We are going to, let's see, generate a resource, Eye of Agamotto. We are going to use this, get rid of this. That's 2 we paid for to cast Crimson Bands of Crytek, which obviously, the top one, 7 damage. So he's down to 4. And he is stunned. And you know what we're going to do? We're just going to go straight for the villain. So we're going to use Stealth Strike here. So we're going to pay, let's see, 1, 2. Let's get rid of these 3. we're going to use Stealth Strike. We're going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. If he's defeated, move 2 threat from a scheme. So he's gone. 4 damage is enough to destroy him. He's down to 0. He's gone. I'll take his scheme off. I'll put it to the next villain who's most active, which is Piledriver. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. Let's keep the main scheme down, I don't want to lose. So take the 2 threat from a scheme, we'll keep that down to 1. Keep an eye on that scheme. We're going to ready up the Strange. And then we're going to exhaust him again to cast Winds of Watum for 3. Which, as you know, lets us draw 3 cards. Let's put that there. 2, 3. And we are going to use these 2 to play the Sorcerer Supreme upgrade, which gives us an extra hand size and a Mystic trait. We're going to have Jessica Jones. We're going to use her, finish her off, attack, get rid of that minion in case it causes any pesky problems. That's Thunderball's minion. Tough card is gone because she shouldn't have gone. She was tough, so she should have stayed, and a tough card should have gone, so just say sorry. So, hey, we've still got her. Put that there. Okay. That's a turn over, so we're going to ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of cards. 5, 6. Get an extra encounter card on our turn. So first of all, ready up the Agamato. 1 threat on there. Bulldozer on 5. He's on 7. He's still the active villain. That's fine. He attacks. We're going to use that Strange Defense because he's got a tough status card. So he does 3 plus none. That's great. So 3 against tough is 0. That's that gone. Now we have 2 encounter cards now. So firstly we have active villain gets 3 hit points and give him a tough status card. Okay, that's pretty irritating. So he's out to 17 and 14. And secondly we have attached to Piledriver. He gets 3 hit points and can't attack other villains. Okay, so he's got a lot of hit points. So he's now on 20 health, which is really annoying. Okay. So I'll go. Let's ready up that Strange of this straight away. We're going to do our classic Vapors of Valsorb trick. So we're going to cast that for 3. And we're going to replace the tough status card with a stun status card. Now Piledriver has Retaliate 1, so if we do attack him we're going to take 1 damage. So we've got to be careful with that. So what we're going to do is, we are going to, let's see. Can't use that because he's tapped out, so exhausted should I say. We're going to play Mystical Studies, search your deck and discard power, that Strange card, add it to your hand. I'm going to search for Wong. Because Wong is pretty helpful. he was the second card from the top, I hate that. Wong obviously is great because he's only got 3 health, 1 fort to attack, but he can be exhausted to heal damage or discard top card of the invocation deck to filter through and get a better choice of drawing something good. Get rid of this, and this, and this. To play Wong. We're going to exhaust Wong to heal ourselves back up to 8. Let's Jessica Jones, we will use her for 1 last fort, so she gets 1, 2, 3 forts. We're going to fort, let's say Bulldozers, because I want to focus on this guy for the villain. So he's down to 2, and she's gone. So you ready up. And we draw some cards, so 3, 4, 5, extra 1 because of that, 6, which is a good card to have. Villain phase, Breakout's on 3, Bulldozer's on 3, and he's on 8, so he's getting close. He would attack, but he's stunned, so he can't. And for his encounter deck, we have unrevealed Scar support. You control the highest cost. If not card this way, place your threat on the villain's side scheme. So support of the highest cost is... yeah, I've got no support, so place 2 threats on the active villain's scheme. Oh no, it hit 10. So when it hits 10, I'll just show you. 10 more threat is placed here. Each player's card is upgraded to support the control of the highest cost, and then remove all but 3 threat from the scheme. So upgrade or support with the highest cost. I'll get rid of the Sorcerer Supreme, but they've all got 2, so that'll have to do. Now it's back to my go. So let's see. It's got a lot of health. It's gonna be tricky to get health down. I've got a lot of Justice cards in my hand, so that's quite annoying. So let's use the confusion. So we're gonna exhaust him, generate a resource, images of icon, confuse the villain, and remove Thor threat from a scheme. So he is confused. Get off the main scheme because I don't want that hitting 6. We're going to exhaust Wong to discard top card of the evocation deck. So it's empty, so it gets refreshed. Just shuffle this up. Wings of Tomb. So we're going to exhaust this to ready him. Exhaust him again to cast Winds of Tomb and draw 3 cards. It costs 0, so it's for nothing. 1, 2, 3. That's a bit better. That's what he wants. So we're going to use Magic Blast. Let's see what we get. Use Energy and Surveillance Team. Magic Blast. So we're going to do 5 damage. Down to 15. So he's almost back to his original health. Top card discarded. And he is confused. He's already confused, so I can't do much with that. So that's that done. Let's see. Let's keep off them schemes. So we're going to use that for Justice. With Power Justice, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So let's get rid of Bulldozers. Keep an eye on these schemes. And we are going to flip over to the alter ego form to get more cards, stopping from scheming. Ready up and end our turn. So we draw 6, so that's 5, that's 6. Okay, so their turn. Threat on the main scheme. Threat for you. Threat for you. You'd scheme, but you can't. Sorry, I should have 1 from retaliate from attacking with the Magic Blast. So there's just the 1 taken off from that. I forgot what the retaliate, that was covering it up. Now it's down to the encounter phase. Escape Convict with Surge. About there. And Escape Plan. You are confused. If you are confused, Piledriver schemes. I don't want that, so we're going to just straight up cast Protective Ward. Treachery reveal from the counter deck, cancel its effects and discard it. So get that gone. Don't think so. You can get lost with that. So now it's time for our go. Okay, we're gonna flip him over. We're going to generate a resource. Sorry, we're going to leave that. We're going to use Genius for 2. Cast Crimson Bands of Piledriver again. Enemy is stunned and 7 damage. That card is so good. Not technically an attack, I don't think, so I don't take retaliate. 4, 3, 2, 1 there. He's down to 8. Ooh, taking a pounding. Okay. We are going to raid up to Strange. I'm going to exhaust Wong to discard this. I don't want to replace status card and play something else because being stunned's fair enough as it is. I don't mind that. Images of Icon. I could confuse him again. That could work. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's generate a resource and ready him to cast Images of Icon. I say cast like it's a spell, but it is technically a spell, I suppose. So he is confused and stunned. And remove 4 threat from a scheme. So yeah, let's just get him down. Okay, it's going to change to Bulldozer, but oh well. At least he's down to 8 health. I can attack anyone I want really, so it doesn't make a difference. That's that. Okay, so we're gonna ready up for 5. So threat on the main scheme. 2 on Bulldozer, 1 on Piledriver. So this now changes to Bulldozer. And when he attacks, he gains overkill, which is pretty annoying. But so he attacks for 3. I'm going to, let's see, can't do much against that. I'm going to strange to defend. So it's 3 plus 1 is 4. Take off the damage of 2, down to 5. And the encounter card is Bull Rush. If he's a hero form, he attacks you. Just got to top card your deck if he's down tap by this attack. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to just. I'm going to have to answer. I'm going to have to get rid of Wong. I can't really. So that's ready. That's strange. No, I can't do that. No, let's just defend with Wong. 3, 4. Sorry, Wong, you gone. 4 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's really irritating. To overkill 2, so I took 1 off that. Now it's our go. It's gonna get tricky now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I could do a game out of the that. So let's go for Knit Fury. Go on Knit Fury. So generate a resource. 1, 2, 3. Knit Fury comes down. We're gonna have him. Let's see. Let's have him deal 4 damage to an enemy. Let's get him down to 4. We are going to ready him up, and then we're going to cast 7 Rings of Ragador for 1. Give 3 characters a tough status card. So Knit Fury has 1, he has 1. This gets reshuffled. So top card goes on top. And we are going to, I'm going to thwart Piledriver's side scheme. Doesn't take any damage because he's tough. Tough card is gone though. Ready up, and draw up to 5, 3, 4, 5. So threat on the main scheme, threat on each side scheme. This now changes to Piledriver because he's got the most threat. He would attack, but he can't. So I should have taken 1 last turn from the escape convict, so I'm down to 3. I didn't see him there, my bad. Convict attacked me last turn. He's going to attack me this turn as well, so what we're going to do is just going to defend Knit Fury, because he's going to die next turn anyway. So he's on 1. Time for the encounter card, and it is same one. We've got no supports, no, so it is 2 threats on their side scheme. There. And that's that. So Knit Fury is now gone, because it only lasts for 1 turn, and he goes. Okay, what we're going to do is generate a resource. 2, 3. Stealth Strike. 4 damage to a. We're going to do this again. Another kill. 4 damage to an enemy. If it's defeated, this attack, remove 2 threats on a scheme. So he's down to 0. So he's gone. So Piledriver's done. He's out. Confused. Gone. Threats gone. This now moves. I'll remove 2 threats from the main scheme. There. I'm going to use first aid to heal 2 for myself. 1, 2. I'm going to flip him over. Discard top card of this deck once per turn. I'm going to exhaust him for that. No. Images of Archon. And then I'm going to recover. Strange. 6, 7, 8. And I'm done. So that's that over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 threat on the main scheme, 1 threat on the only last fill on the side scheme. He schemes, so 2 plus 1 is 3. The minion schemes, so he's up to 5. Treachery card is attachment. When he attacks you, you must defend against Bulldozer attacks of an ally you control if able. That's not that bad really. We can handle that. That's pretty okay. So he's got 15 life left. We've got 1 minion out. We've got a tough status card. We should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard top card of this deck. Come on, give me the rings. Oh, it's not that. Not the rings. The 7 damage card. I forgot what it's called. I can't cast that. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to. The scheme's okay. Let's just get out Mockingbird. So 1, 2, 3. Mockingbird's out. She stuns an enemy. He's stunned. I'm going to flip him over. Let's see. I'm going to attack the combat for 1. Ready up again. I'm going to attack again. So he is gone. Gives a bit of breathing room there. Got a bit of space to breathe. And we're just going to thwart the main scheme. Keep it down to 1. That's that. And we are done. Ready up. 4. Out of cards, so we're going to get an extra encounter card now, which is annoying. That's 5. We have a anti. We haven't. I thought we had. Nope. I thought we had the anti-treachery card there. Confused myself. Never mind. That's going to suck. Oh, should be gone. So threat of the main scheme. This is now up to 6 on the side scheme. Can't attack because he's stunned. Treachery card. Well, the counter card is. He attacks you. It's got to attack on my deck for damage after the attack. And I've got to defend an ally because that's just what he does. Unfortunately, only that strange is a tough card. It's annoying. So defend. 3 plus 4, 5. Overkill. So I'm taking 2 damage. 1, 2. Scarred cards damage out the attack. Oh, don't. Thank God for that. So, and the other one is attached to him. After he attacks you, just got 1 card off the top of your deck for each point of damage out by this attack. Okay, that's pretty irritating, but hopefully we can just start from happening. So now it's our turn. So what we're going to do is let's see. I'm going to just use this Master Mystic Arts to get rid of top card of the deck. Basically, I use top card of the deck with that Master Mystic Arts. Let's cast it as if Doctor Strange was. I've got to pay the cost, obviously, but I get to cast it. Can't cast it anyone really, so it's all got to a status card, so it flips over to the next one. Okay, we're going to exhaust him to cast Winds of Tomb to draw 3 cards. 2, 3. Ready up. We're going to pay 1, 2 to cast my favourite card, the Crimson Bands of Cyttorak. 7 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also he's stunned. And we're going to do, let's do Magic Blast. We'll shuffle the Invocation deck. Just get it ready. One, 2, 3. So Magic Blast again, favourite card. So that's 5 damage. Down to 3 he goes. Top card is that, so he's confused. Again, that's confused. Let's see. Let's just I just poke him for 1, Doctor Strange, so he's down to a measly 2. Come on, I can finish him off. Our goes over, ready up, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the main scheme's only on 3, so the main scheme's no problem at all. He's on 7, he's nowhere near hitting his ultimate 10 ability. Stunned, so he can't attack me. That's all good. And the encounter card is... choose to either discard upgrade you control or place 1 threat on the active villain side scheme for each upgrade you control. Well, I don't like the looks of that, so I'm going to cast Protective Ward to cancel it and discard the Treachery card. All the worst Treachery cards. And that's that done. Now it's time for our go. I think we've got this in the bag. I'm going to play Quake for 2, attack with Quake for 2, and he's on 0. And we've won. Had that in the bag pretty much for the rest of the game, kept it under control. That was obviously the hard mode of Wrecking Crew. Now you can play the easy modes where they're on side A, which is this side, slightly less powerful, and side B. There is sort of even harder mode where you play both sections like a regular villain, where you have A. Once you've gone through A, you go to B, which I might try at some point because now I handled this, so that's strange. So I did really well with that deck, with a Justice variation. Like I said, the best part of this deck is the Invocation deck. These cards are all so powerful. Every single one is just, I mean, especially this one, 7 damage and a stun for 2 is great. Wins with 2 and draw 3 cards for 3. Give 3 cards to stuff status card and replace a status card with another one. They're all fantastic cards. Strange is such a good deck. I'm so lucky that I got him early. I'm so happy to play him. If you guys want to leave any comments, if you want to see me play anyone else, any variations of any decks, you want to see Doctor Strange using an aggression deck or leadership or something else, let me know in the comments. Leave me a like and thanks for watching.